I gotta talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. More so about being a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Let me tell you a story if you have the time. On October 14th, 2006, I went to my first Leafs game with my mom. Some of you may remember this date. It was an early birthday present from my parents. They faced the Calgary Flames, and I was pretty hyped on Jarome Iginla at the time, trust me. It was like the greatest thing ever. And along with those tickets, I was given this jersey, which at the time didn't have the A, or the 9, or my last name, or these stains for that matter. But I wore it like I was gonna play in that game, man. For my city, that I love, and more often than not can't stand. And history wrote itself that night. Mats Sundin scored the winner, which was his 500th goal, which was also an overtime goal, which was also a hat-trick goal, which was also a shorthanded goal. What? So why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because I don't feel like the same Leafs fan I was back in 2006 when I first put on this jersey. I feel jaded and cold and tired. You know what I've come to realize? The Toronto Maple Leafs are the villains. Like, you know how there's always that one team that every other team collectively can't stand in the same sport? I feel like with hockey, that's the Leafs. And for us, it's Boston. But at the same time, the Toronto Maple Leafs are like almost pitied because of how cursed we are. And when they're not hating us, they're mocking us for whoever made that deal with the witch back in '67. Look, my point with all this is that being a Leafs fan is honestly exhausting. And that's okay. I know I personally did not ask to be the most popular team in all of hockey, but I had some amazing experiences with this team, and I wouldn't change it for anything. And I feel like despite all of the things that the Leafs fans have to deal with, I think that they wouldn't change it for anything either. That's called passion. It's called when you don't really care what anybody else thinks. It's sports. And even if the Leafs don't win in my lifetime, I guess it's still kind of fun being a part of a cursed franchise. But hopefully I eventually do see it, and when that happens, it'll be all the more sweeter, because we can just put it all to rest. Until then, I'm gonna live in anxiety. Go Leafs, go!